roasted vegetable lasagna, inspired by Dr. Michael Greger's How Not to Die Cookbook, starting now. We're gonna start by slicing a zucchini and an eggplant into thin slices. These should be about 1/8 inch thick, so more or less like this. Now you want to dice up a red bell pepper. This here is a special baking sheet made of aluminum. It is non-stick. I got it at Target. But if you don't have this kind of a pan, you can just line your baking sheet with some parchment paper or a silicone mat. Next, you want to get a block of firm or extra firm tofu that is drained, and you're going to put that into a medium-sized bowl and crumble it with a fork until it resembles a ricotta type of texture. Now we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of dry basil, 1 teaspoon dry parsley, 1 teaspoon oregano, 1 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of dry red chili flakes, optional 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and mix it all together. Then remove and set aside. Now lower the temperature of the oven to 350 degrees. Meanwhile, boil your pasta noodles in some salted, oh my God. Meanwhile, you want to cook your lasagna noodles in a pot of boiling salted water. Use tongs to help submerge the noodles fully into the water. Cook your lasagna noodles according to the package directions until they are just al dente. Make sure your lasagna noodles are fully submerged so that they cook all the way through. Now into a 9x13 baking dish, add a small layer of marinara sauce. Now you want to add a layer of your lasagna noodles. Careful not to burn your fingers. Next, you're gonna add a layer of about half of the tofu ricotta mixture. Now you're gonna layer on half of your roasted veggies and spoon on about 1/3 of a jar of marinara sauce. Now just repeat this layering process with the rest of the ingredients. You're gonna end with a layer of lasagna noodles and sauce along the top. This next step is optional, but I had some tomato I had to use up, so I'm just gonna add some fresh tomato slices along the top of the lasagna. And I'm gonna add just a little bit of dry oregano along the top of those tomato slices, along with some dry basil. Finally, you want to sprinkle along the top some vegan Parmesan cheese, and there's a super easy recipe for this on my channel, which I'll link up in the cards. Now you're gonna cover your lasagna and bake it in the oven at 350 degrees for 30 to 40 minutes. Remove the lasagna from the oven and let it sit for 10 minutes before you serve it. This smells so good. Be sure to drop a like for this beautiful lasagna. Look at how those little tomatoes turned out on top. Oh my gosh. And comment below, what other vegetables do you like to roast? I bet you this would go well with a variety of vegetables. Now for the moment of truth. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh. I told you this was a super flavorful pasta. lasagna recipe. Like I said, this was inspired by Dr. Michael Greger, author of How Not to Die. I'll put a link in the description below for his book. I did add a little twist though. Instead of cauliflower ricotta, I made a tofu ricotta, and oh boy, it definitely makes a huge, huge difference roasting the vegetables before you assemble the lasagna instead of just raw veggies. I just gotta finish this. I'm sorry, you gotta make this and try it at home. Cheers. If you enjoyed this recipe, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos, and I will see you next week. Bye. And it is totally plant-based, vegan. My dang. Hey, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Linda. What? How Not to Die Cookbook. I didn't know whether to look at the cookbook or not. I was like, to a baking sheet. That was ridiculous. Next, oh my God.